Quit there.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of All American Sports. If it's your first time tuning in to the broadcast, do me a favor. Go ahead on and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell up top. Please like and share. Please like and share. With that being said, we are going to start talking about a couple of things that went down in sports today. We're going to talk about JJ Redick announcing his official retirement after 15 seasons in the NBA as one of the most dynamic role players that we have ever seen. Uh, he's decided to hang it up. I think that every athlete has a point in their life where they already know that it's time to move on. It's time to move on. I just wish that other players would be like JJ and take a hint, uh, aka LaShawna James, that it's time to move on. It really is. We also going to talk about some of the highlights that happened with NFL Monday Night Football. We're going to talk about the Packers' stellar performance by Aaron Rodgers, showing that he's not going to slow up anytime soon. We're going to talk about what's going on with Major League Baseball, the playoffs, who's and what is what. And we also going to get into some NBA news, which everybody has been talking about in the last 24 hours, that John Wall maybe, just maybe, and might be a Clipper if the Clippers are interested. Now, again, this is all what is going on in the world of sports. So let's go ahead and jump into the first situation here when it comes to the sports world as we talk about it. And I'll give you my analysis of how I feel about this whole thing. So, first up, we're going to talk about JJ Redick. Um, it was kind of a shock to me about JJ Redick retiring because usually, you know, someone like JJ Redick, who's been playing in the league and has been known to be a sharp shooter, you would think that he would still want to at least give it another 2 to 3 years, But again, when you have had a stellar performance like JJ Redick, you have to do what you got to do. Now, I'm not going to share the video from ESPN standpoint. I'm going to just read it to you guys because every time lately I have been sharing anything on the ESPN website that has a video to it with sound, I've been getting dinged, and nobody wants to get dinged. I don't want to get dinged and stuff like that. Still trying to build this channel. So, with that being said, I will just show you the article itself, break it down that way, and then I will put the link in the actual videos below. I hate that I can't do that, guys, but unfortunately, when you're dealing with some of these companies, if they see that you done been on their website and reveal a video, that's what you start dealing with. You start dealing with this whole red tape. So, since I have gotten that out the way, we're gonna go ahead on and we're gonna break down what they said, what he said. Now, JJ Redick, who has been the sharpshooter, player of the year at Duke before embarking on a 15-season NBA career, he announced his retirement Tuesday. Now, let's talk about JJ Redick for a minute. Still a career. Now, when JJ was a member of the Duke, everybody knew that JJ was destined to really go places. I mean, the dude led Duke to a national championship, and he was just one of the key players during that season. So if you don't know any history about JJ, that's one thing that I could tell you. And me and JJ is the same age, and I remember watching him even when I first got in the military. I don't know why this is doing that. Don't want that playing. All right. But anyway, he has played with 6 teams. First, it was the Magic. That's who he got drafted to first. Then he went to the Clippers. He did real well with the Clippers. Then he went to the 76ers. Then he went to the Pelicans. Then he went to the Bucks. And last but not least, his last team was the Mavericks. Now, he was averaging 12.8 points in 940 regular season games. And his 1,950 career makes from three-point range ranks him the 15th in the NBA history in that category. And he is. I mean, JJ Redick is a lethal sharpshooter. That's why people wanted him as a role player. When you got JJ on the court, JJ's main focus was to take care of you when it comes to sharpshooting. And you don't get a lot of players that can do that. A lot of these players say they can do that, but they don't live up to the hype. So JJ Redick was definitely a pioneer as being that. Now, he said, I dreamed of playing the NBA, Redick said on his The Old Man and the Three podcast. The last 30 years of basketball have been beyond my wildest dream. I never could have imagined I would have played basketball for this long. After years of youth leagues, AAU, high school basketball, 4 years at Duke, and 15 years in the NBA, I returned from the game I love so much. And he talked about the relationships he had. Now, a lot of people want to know what made him got to this decision. He said it was a difficult number of reasons. He was talking about being injured, being away from his family during the COVID protocols. And he also felt like because of his body has gotten those injuries, he was not playing up to his standard. And he said the last 7 months of this year, he knew it was going to be his final year last season, but he said he had to really accept from an athletic mortality standpoint that this is over. Like, I can't go on anymore. I've done what I can do. So he's basically saying he wants to embrace his role as a husband, as a father, and I'm quite sure JJ Redick being the guy he is, I could see JJ Redick being maybe a sports analysis or even a coach because usually guys like this usually turn out. Now, yes, JJ Redick's never won a championship. He's never made it to the All-Star team, but he had a good career as a role player. 15 years, being that stellar. And see, that's what people don't understand. Why I have been an advocate for Kwame Brown with he's saying on his platform, playing a sport and being able to do it for a long period of time and get everybody involved, that is itself is a gift. And a lot of people don't understand that. You got to put in a lot of effort and work to pull that off because there's going to be times that people are going to say that you can't do this, you can't do that. But JJ defied the odds. He did that. You know what I'm saying? Even though he went through a variety of teams over his career, he maintained a level of role playing exceptional uh, athletic ability. And that takes a lot of talent because a lot of people would have been in his situation and would have seen that they would have had to do that. They would have gave up. They would have said, bump this, I'm out. And that's straight fact. So again, man, shout out to JJ Redick. I'm glad that he is comfortable being able to walk away from the game, not have any regrets, and is content with his decision. I mean, I will put the link in the description below, but if you listen to the whole 12-minute spill, he's very content. You could just tell that he's accepted the next chapter of his life. So again, I wish him the best of luck. Speaking of best of things, let's get into the NFL and we'll go back to the NBA. Let's talk about the Packers, man. Man, oh man. It's time to start talking about the Packers. Now, guys, let me tell you, I can't play any of the footage because, like I said, I'm tired of getting deemed. So I'm going to have to just go in and just tell y'all what happened and put the links down below. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers put on a stellar performance. Okay, this is just the beginning of. It seems like in this game, Aaron was trying to prove a point. I think Aaron is tired of people thinking that he's not where he needs to be. Now, Aaron Jones got 4 touchdowns, and he was playing the game so good that he lost his necklace because he wears a little black football containing some of his ashes of his late father. And that was about the only thing that really went wrong with the Green Bay Packers against Detroit Lions because everything else, man, was straight crazy. The Packers, who got a thump 38-3 by New Orleans Saints in week 1, they must have woke up a sleeping giant because it looked more like a team that went 13-3 in each of Coach Matt LaFleur's first 2 seasons. Green Bay 1-1 won its 9th straight home opener. I think that there's even more now than when I started playing. There's so many overreactions what happened on week-to-week basis, Rodgers said. So it's nice to come out and have a good performance and get the trolls off our back for at least a week. Now, Jones became the first Packers running back to catch 3 touchdown passes in a game since Andy Urim against the Chicago Cardinals in 1942. Okay, think about this, y'all. 3 touchdown passes this man caught. He had 17 carries in 67 yards and 6 catches for 48 yards. Pretty damn impressive. As for the missing necklace, he was hopeful he'll see it again. Now, good news is that the necklace was found, so it should be recovered to Mr. Jones very shortly. That came across my news thing today. And I'm telling you, man, Rogers went 22 of 27. That means Rogers only missed only five incomplete, y'all. Five incomplete passes. And he surpassed John Elway for the 10th all-time in passing yards with 51,633. Now, listen, guys, I know we talk all the time about Tom Brady being the GOAT. I am a Tom Brady fan. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm not. But when I look at quarterbacks that have came close or would have gotten a whole lot more chips if Brady wasn't in the game, there is two I know for sure. That is Aaron Rodgers and my man's Peyton Manning. Those two I know for sure. For sure, without a doubt, I don't even have to question it, would have had more chips by now. I would say Peyton Manning would have had at least about 3 or 4 chips. And Aaron Rodgers would have had at least about 3 chips by now, or even 4. So when you talk about elite quarterbacks, they are elite quarterbacks. I mean, that's not no easy feat. Now, Detroit's Jared Goff, he completed 13 of his 14 passes, but he struggled the rest of the way because they blew a 17-4 halftime lead. Goff finished 26 of 36 for 246 yards. So what does that tell you when you blow a 17-4 lead? That ain't good. That ain't good. It really not. It is not good at all. So with that being said, the Lions will host Baltimore. And I'm going to tell you right now, the Lions is going to get murdered. If they blew a 17-4 lead and couldn't maintain it, it's their defense just could not maintain. Like they fell apart, man. I mean, they just fell apart. They really did. They didn't protect the ball enough. They just, there's a lot of issues there. I ain't even gonna go there. I ain't gonna go in that in depth. But let's just put it to you this way: it's not gonna be good. Now, Packers is gonna be at San Francisco Sunday night. This will be the 4th time in the last season the Packers have played San Francisco. They won 34-17 last season. 2 years ago, the Packers lost 37-8 to the 49ers in the regular season and 37-20 in the NFC Championship. God, let me tell you something. San Francisco, I know you riding high right now on 2-0, but I'm calling this game right now. If Aaron Rodgers come on that field like Aaron Rodgers came on that field when they was down 17-4 in the Detroit game, San Francisco, you're going to be in trouble. I don't care how much of an offensive line y'all got, you're going to be in trouble. You might as well just go head on, pack up your stuff, call it a day, because it's not going to be good. I'm telling you now, it's not going to be good. So, again, shout out to Aaron Rodgers. I do hope Aaron Rodgers have a decent season, but at the end of the day, I still got to go with Tom Brady and the Bucs, man. I ain't going to lie. Tom Brady is one of my favorites. So, speaking of NFL, let's look at some of the things that's going on in NFL coming up this week. Power rankings. We're going to talk about some of the power rankings that's going on here on NFL, what I think, what they're saying, and what I think is going on. So right now, Tampa Bay is considered number 1. Rob Gronkowski is, the man. Now, I want y'all to know there's a thing that I just heard about Rob Gronkowski just revealed on Eli's Manning News show. He do not look at film, guys. Yeah, I just said that. Rob Gronkowski said he does not look at game film. He just go out and perform. Bruh, I mean, I ain't telling the man what to do, but imagine if he was to look at film and break stuff. Oh, my God. He would be a force to be reckoned with. Los Angeles Rams move up from power ranking 4 to now number 2. Okay? And that's because of Cooper Kupp, who's been on it. Matthew Stafford, who's showing everybody that he may be an elitist. But the thing about it is, can they maintain this? Can Los Angeles Rams maintain to be at the nipping at the heels of the Bucks? I don't know, man. I really don't think so. Kansas City Chiefs have fell down to number 3. That's due to the fact of the matter they got tossed out by Baltimore. Now, here's the thing about Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, they got tossed out by Baltimore, but don't let this think that this is the end of what they can do. I mean, all it takes for the Kansas City Chiefs is to get that one game that's hotter than fish grease, and it's over. Their numbers will peak. San Francisco is now at number 4. They were at number 7, looking strong and good. You got Samuel, who the wide receiver, Deebo Samuel, that's productive. And he's just a good target. Like I said, San Francisco has a good offense. Buffalo Bills, they are still at number 5. You know, they ain't went down or anything like that. So they still holding on. Seattle Seahawks is at number 6. They were at number 3. Arizona Cardinals, y'all, are shocking. They went from 12 to 7. They moved up 5 points this week, guys. That's because Kyle Murray.
This may look like a regular movie night, but if you're a kid with diabetes, it's more. It's the simple act of enjoying time with friends, knowing
has been phenomenal. This guy's been putting in work, so that's a good thing. Now, right now, Moore that he's been relying on leads the Cardinal receiving with 183 yards and a touchdown. And his speed is making him a threat. So he's a 4.29. So, bro, that's powerful. Cleveland Browns went from number 6 to 8 right now in the power rankings. And, you know, that's not surprising. Even though they won against Houston, they still got a lot of things to go. Not to mention, too, they got 2 wide receivers. One's out with a knee injury, and Odell Beckham Jr. hasn't even showed up on the field and started playing. So that's a question within itself. The Baltimore Ravens has went up from being 10 to 9. They're showing that they're moving a lot along. Marquise Brown, one of the top receivers that's been getting it in. And the Las Vegas Raiders, they went from 19 to number 10, showing that they are valuable and they can get it in. So right now, those are the top 10 teams in the league. A lot of them have failed. The only ones I see creeping along is the Carolina Panthers. Let's see if they can move up 5 spots this week. You know, maybe get in the top 10. But that's what we got right now, guys. This is the top 10 of the elite of NFL football. So definitely take a look. I will do my picks on who will win next week's games, which I do my picks probably Thursday. So be on the lookout for that broadcast where I do my picks Thursday. So moving right along, guys, we're going on into Major League Baseball. Y'all know what time it is in Major League Baseball right now. Right now, everybody is excited about who is going to make the playoffs. So this is going to be the final 14 days of MLB regular season. All right. Now, Major League Baseball, y'all know this is a very important time. This is where we'll find out who's going to win, who is going to be in the race to be the next best baseball team in the nation. Now, the 2 best teams right now in the National League West is San Francisco Giants and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Then you got the wild card races, in both leagues. You got 3 American League East teams: the Boston Red Sox, the New York Yankees, and the Toronto Blue Jays, front and center. I mean, and then you got postseason awards from MVP to the Cy Young and Rookie of the Year. So there is a lot going on right now. Now, to me, who I think got the most at stake is the Yankees. And the reason why I say that, because they were the team with the second highest payroll in the spot and consistently the highest expectation. You know, they doubled down in July. They parted with prospects to acquire Anthony Rizzo. And then in his final months before free agency, missing out on the postseason wouldn't just be a disappointment. It would trigger serious questions about the makeup of this roster and how it needs to be evolved in order to seriously contend again. And then there are no easy answers on that there. So I have to say Yankees totally. Now, some people say the Padres, not so much. Let's see what else. Now, the NL West.
I'm not doing all that.
I'm going to say the Dodgers would probably get the National League West. They're really doing real good. Wild card picks. I'm going to say the Yankees got a chance for that too. So I'm going to see who is all clutch what. So here we go. If the season ended today, this is who would win each. So in the American League, the East champs would be Tampa Bay Rays. The Central would be Chicago White Sox. The West champ would be Houston Astros. The first wild card would be Boston Red Sox. Second wild card is Toronto Blue Jays. National League, you have East champ, which is Atlanta Braves. Central champ, Milwaukee Brewers, who clinched the playoff spot. West champ, San Francisco Giants. First wild card is Los Angeles Dodgers, and second wild card would be St. Louis Cardinals. So, yeah, man, this is gonna be fun. I can't wait, and I hope Atlanta go deep into the series. I really do, because the state of Georgia need Atlanta Braves to get deep in this, man. So I would definitely keep y'all on the lookout of that. And that's about it when it comes to the Major League Baseball getting prepared for the playoffs. As far as I know, there's not really any major scores. It's from yesterday. Let's see what we got yesterday. Last night, the Braves just ran over the Diamondbacks. So that was 11-4. KC Royals was 7-2. White Sox got outlasted by the Detroit Tigers. Cincinnati Reds won over the Pirates 9-5. The Washington Nationals got beat by the Marlins 8-7. Orioles got beat. It won over Philly. So again, it wasn't that many. All right, so let's move right along to the last part of this short broadcast this morning. We are going to be talking about some of the news. Get back into the NBA. All right, so we're going to see what we got going on here on the NBA. Excuse me. So we're gonna talk about Ben Simmons' situation. So we already know that everybody wants Ben Simmons out of Philadelphia. I mean, they want Ben Simmons out of Philadelphia so bad they cracking jokes on Ben Simmons on the freaking news channel, okay? On weather during the weather season. So they saying right now that Ben Simmons and Philadelphia 76ers seem at an impasse right now. So I don't know. But I'm still trying to find out about the John Wall. Let me see about the free agency buzz and see. So really, right now, there's not really a whole lot. Like I said, there is a rumor that John Wall may be going to the Clippers, but besides that, I'm not getting anything major on that. I don't know, man. This could be interesting. But I'm about to find out. Oh, excuse me. So that's all we know. So we'll see. If the Clippers get that, that would be interesting. It really is. And really in the NBA world, there's really no big news. Like I said before, now everybody's saying that the 76ers definitely should go after John Wall. And the Pelicans should pursue John Wall. But we'll see, man. See, here's the problem with the John Wall situation, though. John Wall got a $90 million something contract. So when you're dealing with a $90 something million contract, that's a lot for another team to eat. I mean, yeah, John Wall is an exceptional player, but that's still a lot to eat. So you got to have mad cap space, and you got to have somebody willing to take on that dead weight of money. So that's a lot. So we'll see. We will see. We will see. Now let's see. Wrap this thing up here and see if there's any more recent news. We're gonna talk about NCAA football right quick. What we learned, who's good and who's not. One thing we did learn is that Clemson is a shell of a team as it was in the past because they just not there. But we'll get to that later. We're gonna talk about Ohio State's problem. All right. Now they made some defense changes, and they did win this weekend, last weekend, 41-20 against Tulsa. They even taking defense calling duties from coordinator Kerry Combs and giving them to the secondary coach Matt Barnes. But Ryan Day said he was encouraged by the changes that made and some adjustments in the game, but there was still persistent issues. Despite the change, the defense allowed 428 yards through the air. You ain't supposed to do that. Not 428 yards in the air. You should have way less than that if your defense is operating. Now, everybody's talking about Clemson is not the same team, which is the truth. And Clemson haven't really submitted a impressive win yet. And with that being said, there's a good chance that Clemson maybe, just may not, have a chance to get in the playoffs this year. I mean, it's a possibility because you got to remember when you're going against that board to go in that playoffs, you got to play some very competitive teams. And I think they got one more competitive team they have to play this on the schedule, and that's it. And Clemson has no offense. Their defense is okay. They just don't have no offense, man. Like, they just don't have it. If they had an offense, now there'd be a whole new thing going for them. And now, let's talk about Florida. Florida, to me, is making moves, man. Like, I'm proud of Florida. I'm not a Florida fan, but I'm proud of what they're doing. I mean, they're moving in a good direction. Yeah, they lost to Alabama, but it's by 2 points. But, hey, they could be a force to be reckoned with. They may be in a title game against either Alabama or they may be in a title game against Georgia. Because I'm telling you, Florida's coming with it. Then Ole Miss, they got it going on. I mean, they got some heavy hitters. And, yeah. So, right now, college football is looking real good, man. We're back. College football is back again. So, like I said before, y'all get into the comment section below and tell me, what do y'all think? Do y'all think that... Oh, I got the baby crying in the background. Sorry about that. I need to know from you guys. Do you think that the NBA will able to get John Wall to be traded to one of these teams like the LA Clippers or the 76ers? Also, what do you think about NCAA football? Do you think that Alabama is in danger of not winning it this year for the second time back-to-back in a row? Or do you think that Clemson will improve and this is just growing pains right now? Everything I talked about, get in the comment section. Tell me what you think. I love you guys. Take care of yourself and each other. I'm out.